Well, hello again, my amazing artist. This is Miss M coming at you from her bedroom this time. Woohoo! I'm at my official school work desk. You'll be seeing more of this in the weeks to come. But what we are really here for today is week 2, goals and plans. I'm going to read for you our learning goal. Let's zoom it in. We are going to be doing more texture. So texture in art can be a tricky thing to define. It can mean how something feels, the actual texture, or how something looks like it would feel. And remember, we artists call that implied texture. So, read the steps provided on the Read and Draw Texture Monster Step-by-Step worksheet to draw your very own monster. You may use the Texture Monster Choice Drawing Number 1 worksheet for ideas, for details, or you can just create your own. Optional to draw a whole monster, including a body, legs, or tentacles, and arms. So your activity today? A texture monster. Let's break open this packet and get to work. So, we've got our other materials from our other lesson. Texture. And here it is, our Read and Draw Texture Monster, step by step. Number 1, start by making a curved line from one side of the page to the other near the top. That's this curved line. Add 2 curved lines to start the horns. Those are those curved lines to start your horns. Number 2, add curved line on the inside of the horns and 2 curved lines to start the eyes. Step 3, add 2 curved lines and 2 black circles to finish the eyes. Step 4, add a circle for the nose and a curved line for the mouth. Step 5, add 2 angled lines for the teeth. Angle line. And step 6, add a color for the horns and a texture for the body. And that's that whole key idea right here, texture. Now on the back side of this page, here are some ideas for different tops for your monster. So if you want horns, you can go ahead and add some horns. These are really cool. Or you can add some sort of like an ear. You can add a squishy wobbly head. Gross. You can add little tufts of hair between your horns. And these, they look sort of like little mushroom horns or giraffe horns. Some different ideas for eyeballs. I love this one. Look at that. 3 eyes squished in between a top eyelid and a bottom eyelid. Super cool. And all right, just do one eyeball. That's cool too. Different ideas for your nose and your mouth. This one's kind of cute. I'd put pointy angled teeth though to match that little triangle nose. And then here's some great texture words to help give you some ideas. A gooey monster. Maybe your monster is scaly. Maybe your monster is feathery or just really super hairy. All right, so let's flip it back over. I'm going to go ahead and follow along with my step-by-step. So here's my big old drawn paper. So starting off, I'm going to do a big curved line. Big curved line. Notice my line goes from one edge to the other. And now I really do like these horns. I'm going to see, maybe I want to do one of these. You know what? I think I want to do these. So I'll show you how we can do that. So over here, I'm going to angle line up and down. See how it makes a nice angle? We'll do the same thing on this side. Angle line. Now, these 2 lines right here, and actually this third one, they create a great detail. So watch this. It's going to be not all the way to the top, not in the middle, right about here. I'm going to curve line, and see this line and this line? I'm going to do a curved line from one end to the other. And I'm going to do the same thing on this side. Make sure your line is curved because that gives it a really cool 3D round effect. And then you can just take your eraser if you have one, or just leave it. But I've got an eraser here, so I'm going to go ahead and erase this line. And then I'm going to erase this line. Boom. And I've got some sweet horns. Now, the next step is to add a curved line for my eyes. Curved line, curved line. Now, let's see. There's those eyes right there. I'm going to keep those. Do a big curve, almost like a big U shape, right? Big old U shape. And then let's add, you know what? Instead of just around people, I'm going to do something I see my son do a lot. He does these kind of eyes for his monsters. So it's like an oval, but it's pinched at the top and the bottom. It looks kind of creepier. All right, so after the eyes, what's next? Oh, adding a circle for the nose and a curved line for the mouth. Now, if you want to, you can follow these directions, do a circle and a curved line. But I really like this guy, so I'm going to do this. So starting with the nose, we all know what that shape is. It's a triangle. So I'm going to figure out, is my nose going to go down here? Is it going to go way up here? I'm going to put it right about here. I'm going to do my triangle nose first. And then I'm going to do a straight line down. And then a big curved line for my smile line. Notice how slow I have to go. And then I'm going to do some little angle lines for my teeth. There we go. Maybe a few more. Maybe just one big wonky big tooth rather. Now, after our nose and mouth, oh, I already added my angle lines for the teeth. Now the fun part. We can add color to our horns and then a texture to our body. Now, I really like the idea of a scaly monster. Let me show you a great way to draw a scale texture, almost like a lizard skin. So I'm going to start, you know what, I'll just start right down here because there's a nice big space. So for scales, what I like to do is a U curve, and I just continue to do that all the way across my page. Notice how slow I'm going. And I do want to go all the way to the edge because that's where our monster goes. He goes all the way to the edge. And then, now this is where it gets a little fancy. I'm going to do the same line. I'm going to do the same pattern, but right below it. But I'm not going to start right like this. I'm actually going to start my U right here in the middle of the bottom of the U. So I'm going to curve it up and then touch the middle of the bottom of the next U. See that? And then I'm going to do the same thing here. And then do another curve, curve. Now this time I got to go a little slow so that I make sure I match them up. And then bring it right off the page. And do the same thing over here. And then go right off the page. See how it's creating that cool overlap look for your scales? I'm going to do the same thing down here. Going from the bottom middle all the way to the next one. And like I said, you got to go a little slow for this. If you go too fast, you might end up with like super cool small scales. That actually might not be a bad idea. But you know what? You do you. Your monster is your monster. And however it ends up is how it ends up. And honestly, is there any wrong way to draw a monster? I don't think so. Monsters come in all shapes, sizes, and textures. So there's a nice scaly texture on the bottom of my monster, and I can do that all over his body. I'll do some right here on his cheeks. I'm going to try and do that overlapping again. Overlapping my scales. Notice I'm kind of leaving a blank spot around his mouth. Let me go like this. Uh-oh. Gotta slow it down. Things are getting crazy. There we go. Boom. See that? You can tell where I went a little faster than I was comfortable and where I went nice and slow and controlled. So think about the different textures that you could add to your monster, and I cannot wait to see what your monster looks like. Now remember, after you're done drawing your own monster, if you really want to, there's that option to draw a whole monster. One that includes a body, legs, tentacles, arms, whatever you want. Actually, let me show you real quick. I have a little picture that I drew earlier of a monster. Let's see if I can find him. Where is he? I just had him. Oh, there he is. So yeah, there's a monster. I drew him, whole body, added some little feet, little legs, and I tried to make him look gooey and drippy. I could probably add some more gooey, drippy texture details to make him look really gooey. But yeah, that's an idea. So boys and girls, don't forget the main idea is texture, making your monster look like he's got some sort of a feeling, scaly, hairy, feathery, up to you. All right, I cannot wait to see what your monsters look like. Enjoy drawing your funky texture monsters, and I'll see you next time. Bye.